500 bags?
Yes, we had over 532 bags.
Wow.
It was a great sale.
Amazing. From guppies to cichlids to neon tetras,
Plants, swordtail.
fletgos, cories, I mean, you name it, it was there, including rare plants, rare fish, because we have a lot of local breeders here.
Yes.
If you didn't catch it this year, set your calendar.
And also come to our meeting next month. Also, we're going to have a great speaker.
So it's the second Wednesday of the month. Come to the meeting if you're local.
Right. Hope we see you guys there. Follow us on Instagram and also in our new YouTube channel, Gold Coast Aquarium.
That's where this one's at.
Yeah, right.
www.gcaquarium.org for information.
YouTube, Gold Coast Aquarium. Instagram, Gold Coast Aquarium Society.
Excellent.
All right. Take care.
Untouchable. They're dry fish, they're cool. All right, ready for the video? Go, Raphael.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Biggs. Sure hope you guys are still enjoying the content. I love it. Love all your support. But one thing that we really was on the top of our bucket list was good to go out and collect. Now, I was brought down to speak to two really cool aquarium societies. Tampa Bay Aquarium Society up in Tampa and the Gold Coast Aquarium Society near Fort Lauderdale. And we went out and collected up near Tampa with Andre, who's the club president of the Tampa Club, and a good buddy of everybody's, well known down here is Mr. Tim Stone, drove all the way down from Louisville, Kentucky, and he brought all the gear, and he took us out collecting all over Tampa and stuff like that, and it was an absolute blast. The diversity of the species that you guys can pull out here just in your native waters, 99% of them aren't even native fish, but they're really cool to us, so we had a great time. So thank you to Andre. And then when we were down in the Gold Coast area, the group there, 3 of the members took us, me and Austin, all the way to the Everglades, and we spent an entire day collecting all over the Everglades and all these little secret patches. And there's lots of other things in the Everglades you got to be a bit more cautious of than up near Tampa. And there's some of those things in the video as well. But Chuck Davis, Ron Davis, and Craig Datilio, thank you very much from the Gold Coast Club. You guys, that was awesome experience.
Check us out at Gold Coast Aquarium Association, or Society, sorry. Okay, so real quick announcement. We're going to do a collecting trip June 23rd, it's a Sunday. We're meeting at 10 o'clock a.m. at the 84 Diner, which is right over here, right off 595. So 10 o'clock at the 84 Diner. Does everyone know where 84 Diner is? It's right on 84, which is like the same as 595, the off-road of it. In between Hiatus and Pine Island. So 10 a.m. with a show of hands, who thinks they might go? So we can figure out what we got. What's the date? Sunday is the 22nd. June 23rd is the date. Okay, keep your hands up. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, on the 5. Chuck, June 23rd. Oh, collecting. We're gonna go collecting in the wild. All right. All right. So I think I'm counting about 8 or 9 or 10. Okay. If you got a net, bring a net. If you got a fishing pole, you might want to bring a fishing pole. If you have a throw net, bring a throw net.
Freshwater or?
Freshwater.
I have saltwater.
Not the same.
Brackish water?
So it's a freshwater fishing license. By law, you're supposed to have one. Okay, so Chuck. Yeah. You want to announce the speaker?
All right, we're real lucky tonight. We have Bill Shields as the speaker. He comes down from the Tampa area. He's a big member of the Tampa Aquarium Society. What Bill's going to talk to us about is his recent trip to Peru. Peru is a great country with a tremendously diversified amount of fish, and it's worth the trip. There's at least one trip a year goes down there called Margarita Tours, and anyone can go. You don't have to be an ichthyologist or anything. It's a great trip.
Well, thank you. I'm going to get away from the speakers, so I got two preparations. I'll stand out of the way. The check was, I didn't actually go by myself. I went with Maestro Skidmore, the guy I went with in 2009, and we went with 10 of our fish buddies. This was actually was a private tour. It was only Ryan and myself and the two guides. They usually take 6 people, but nobody booked but us, so we were very fortunate in that. Made it a very enjoyable experience. This was in October of 2017 at the end of the dry season. In October, it was just starting to rain a little bit every day. We went down to get Pistagramas and corridors. Those were the dates, and we went to Go Wild Peru, which is owned and run by Ian Fuller, British corridors catfish expert. He was in business with Mr. Barber, but they've since split company, and just Mr. Fuller runs it. And our two guides are Felix Mamani, who's a native from the high country, and Lance Peck, expatriate American. He's been there for 20 plus years. You go Tampa, down Miami, Lima, then Puerto Maldonado. And that's a day and a half of travel. 7.5 hours of travel in the air, and it's long. And I, like Chuck, get tired because I'm old, so I felt
Transoceanic, it's a 2-lane road, but it's paved. They pick you up at the airport, and they're very friendly. They had beers waiting for us, of course. They must have known Brian and I were coming. And there's your accommodations. That's the bedroom, bathroom's over here. That's your shower. I learned early on that these little, that's your standard transportation tuk-tuks, the 3-wheeled motorcycle car and motorcycles. There are vehicles, but not a whole lot of them. There are a lot of stray dogs though. There's dogs everywhere, running day and night. And like you're gonna do next weekend, so we did it down there. You pile all your stuff in the van, travel for many miles, and then you start going down these dirt roads until he finds a spot. And Lance, having been there for 20 plus years, knows all the spots. And he's very conservation minded. As he takes groups down there, they don't get the same spots over and over again, goes to different spots. Our first day of collecting, we went from down here and we went up, this is north up here towards Brazil. In the Allegra, Cheese Creek, Little Cheese Creek got its name because they had a dairy farm there and all the dairy, the waste was run down into the creek in Primavera. There's Allegra, that's under the highway, that's the Transoceanic Highway. There's a little gravel, shallow creek that runs through there, very productive. They drown it here all the time. Anytime you're out, you've got all these macaws and Amazon parrots flying over the edge screaming. You're out in the middle of nowhere. There we are. We sort the fish at the bank. And this was putting them away, tying up the bags for us as we were collecting. They weren't really used to Brian and I, because Brian and I have been collecting for a long time. They're used to people that have never really collected, and they just do this as a bucket list trip, and they might not know how to catch fish and chase them down. So they kind of got a vacation with us too. And there we go. That's what we caught in this first little Allegra here. That's a pike cichlid of some sort, a little central marvelous catfish, marbled hatchet fish. There's a sampling of the catch. And then there's tetra. There's all kinds of tetras, all kinds of catfish and tetras down there. And not being a commercial area, a lot of the stuff is just a finesse. It's like something. And they just give them common names. They call it the red fin tetra. So it's they haven't necessarily been all described or in the hobby. There's that parallel carrots. And butterflies. There are more butterflies down there. It's amazing. When I say millions, there's millions. You run into a swarm of them when they come down and they're going in the mud, you get the minerals out of it. They go in mud and animal droppings to get the minerals out of it to sustain themselves. Yeah. Primavera, this is a little more primitive creek. You get in there and we marched, I don't know, probably a half mile back in the jungle to get down to this collecting spot. And you're out there by yourself, there's 4 guys out there, and you hope nothing bad happens because you're nowhere near anything and there's no cell reception. And more butterflies, they're just, everywhere you look, there's butterflies. It's real hard to put these programs together because it takes thousands of pictures. I mean, just not the fish and the habitat, but all the wildlife. So to sort through them and try to give you just a taste of what's going on. In the next creek, we caught all this. This is you know what red-eyed peppers are? Moncasai. Well, that one's that big. The female's at least 4.5 inches big. It's gigantic. Make a great commercial fish for 6 tanks for the Jufex tank and stuff and be nice companionship. And this one, I have no idea. It's another Moncasai type with a red stripe. That's to me a very marketable fish. Microglass little cats. Tons and tons of knifefish, all types of knifefish. The banded knifefish. And the corridors, I think that's the CW 61 or 5. The CW numbers are like the L numbers, and there's so many different ones, they just give them a number. And Ian Fuller, they ran out of C numbers, so he started doing CW numbers. And he's published books on it. The tetrameris, they're all over the place. I caught them in every location. Another knifefish. That was me gazing up at the parrots flying over. Because they get, it's like a flock of hotel grackles around here. All these big macaws flying over. It's just amazing. Second day of collecting. We went, there's Puerto Maldanado, and we went southwest, and this is the mountains. Andes Mountains are over here. We didn't get to go up on the mountain trip, the overnight mountain trip. Our collecting got cut short by one day because the Peruvian government decided they're gonna have Peruvian Census Day on the Sunday we were down there. And that meant no Peruvian to be out of their house from 8 in the morning till 5 at night. And the government told them they were gonna do the census of this whole country for, we split out in the jungle in one day, asking everybody 37 questions by census taker. So we couldn't collect that day, so we had to cut a day of travel off. San Bernardino, typical creek, is very, very murky. Very murky. The water was, we weren't in rainy season yet, but it was pretty good flow, so it was churned up. Beautiful little blue pisto. And they're pretty much everywhere we collected. The difference is locationally. Different locations had more blue on them, there's better pictures. You can see the blue in their body, the males. And killifish, I remember killifish. We didn't bring any back with us because it was dry season, and regular Christianity is a fairly common one, but I took that. That's where you collect killifish. In the wet deep water. They come with a little newt or salamander. You can't get dirt back. They frown on that. Yeah. So they've done that with the Notibranchus eggs in Africa and stuff. And yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There's a slide up here where I'll show you one of the newer discovered killies. And we were standing on the spot where the eggs were going to hatch, but it was totally dry. Las Mercedes, another little creek running through the jungle. All these places you gotta march pretty far back in off the road to get to them. There's Lance supervising us. There's the other guy, see the blue in it? It's a beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. This one's pretty well blued up through the whole body. They're not like that. There's varying degrees of blueness at different locations. Yeah.
Do you use I get the feeling that if you want to increase the blue coloration in your fish, you feed them like blue-green algae, right? Like spirulina?
Well, yeah, the fish have the capability of producing color. If you give them the proper nutrients, they'll express as much as they can express. That's like a lot of the redfish. You have to feed them. They can't produce the red, so you have to feed them something that has the red pigment in it.
Florida.
Yeah, we're back in Florida. Yeah, they named this creek Florida. Who knows why? So I guess they say all the produce from that area was from Florida. There's another little gravelly bottom creek. Once again, more different tetras. A lot of little tetras. The Moncasi, the big one, was pretty much in all the bodies of water also, from the collected. This fish, every spot, body of water I collected in, I caught them. I was always the first one to catch them. They didn't bring any back to me. Not that interested in the fish. Little wolffish type. Hopefully it's type. How about that bushy nose? Another guy. And at the end of the tour, we're pretty much as far up in the mountains as we're going to go. We got this little ditch, had a culvert over it, so we went down on one side and Lance and Felix went on the other. Brian and I are going to walk through because there's no fish on our side. We started walking through. This thing was loaded with bats, and they were not happy to see us. They started flying. They didn't fly out. Well, I guess a couple flew out. But they were going crazy, so we walked around. We didn't attempt to go through. Beautiful. That's what we caught there. Those are the Pistogramma rubiliculatus. Beautiful fish. The males get about, well, maybe 4 inches. Females get about 3. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Third day collected. And it's kind of hotter than it is here and more humid if that's possible. So you're soaking wet even though you don't go in the water. You're geared up so the bugs don't bite you, which we had no mosquitoes. I didn't wear any repellent at all. I never got bitten by a mosquito. All kinds of other stuff flying around. It bothered me, but I didn't get eaten by any blood-sucking bugs. No, didn't get any leeches on me this time. First trip I had leeches on me. Cats. If you've never had a leech on you, don't even know they're on you. They just get on you and you look down and they're just being sucking the blood out. Yeah. And that was our route to go up different ways. We went back up. This was going northeast. Oh yeah, we went there and they were there a month or so before, and we got paid to go down this road. They have a gatekeeper, they have a little gate there, and one of the people that live down in that area collects a buck so you can go down the road. The reason they do that is they're not trying to make money, but they have to pay the guy with the grader to grade the roads for them. And the more traffic on the road, obviously the more grading it needs. So they extract the toll on that. And we got down here, and there's a little pond right over here, a nice little pond. They collected, caught a lot of fish in. And Lance says, oh, we'll go over and talk to the farmer. The farmer's wife was out there last time we were here, and we gave her 5, 6 solas, and she said, oh, you haven't helped yourself out. The farmer was out there. No way he's letting the cows drop. Money, nothing. They're going to bother the cows. The cows couldn't care less. But we said, okay, so we just went over to the other side of the road, which wasn't his property, and we walked down this little shallow creek. That's a female vertigo. That yellow, she was probably on a nest and just getting ready to lay eggs, what we call her. And you see this guy's got the blue, but it's not as predominant in his body. And that's an early guy, same one, same fish. We caught this one there. This is a good one. I've had the other 2 spawn for me. I have yet to get this one to go. This is a Histogram lulingi. And you see the extensions on the bottle? The females also have that extension. They eat my food and they look at me, but they have yet to spawn for me. That's the female lulingi. You see the extensions? Beautiful fish. There's one of the yet to be named catfish, CW97. I bought some of those on. Central Oculus, a little cat. We caught these, that's a catfish, Pelagianis. They look like African butterfly fish that got stretched out. Very cool looking fish. Unfortunately, there was an accident at the lodge we were staying after we left. They had a severe thunderstorm and the roof leaked, and it leaked into the tanks. So they're scrambling to move fish around to save them, and that tank crashed because it got whatever gunk was accumulated on the roof for the year. More bandit knives, more peppers, another little elongated catfish. Ciudadero Bridge. This one was they had a barbed wire fence up here, and you had to kind of climb around the thing to get down there. But we got down there and started collecting. And once again, butterflies. There were so many butterflies down there. I just glanced at that picture. That's my buddy Brian there, and myself, and Felix. And you scoop the bottom. You figure 8s on the bottom, so it's just a muddy bottom to catch the cords. We moved upstream a little bit. We didn't have too much luck up there. And that's what I was catching the central mostly with some of these pieces of wood or floating leaves, palm fronds, floating at the surface. We stick that underneath and pull back and shuffle it. And a lot of the ancestors also. It's a really good technique for that. And we took our nets. That's the beauty of we use going collected here next to perfect tip nets. Anybody have a perfect tip net? Besides Doug? I know Doug does. Doug's from our camper club, our Philly club and our camper area, so he's down here with you guys now. And he's the collector. And he can't go this, the 23rd. Is that right? Yeah. This man will collect. If you say, hey, you want to go collect him? He's there. He is there. We've done this some long distance collecting trips in the States. Yeah, there's what we got on the creek. Got the quarries, got the little Texas. This one we really, really want to bring back. The Cherics, the little tiny, maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch blue tetra. Perfect for nano tanks. Absolutely perfect. Unfortunately, because they're small and they're sensitive when the roof thing happened, they all got wiped out. So we didn't get rid of those back. They're beautiful little fish. Next time I'm making sure I get those back. This is further down into the jungle. And you just keep walking and kind of hacking your way through to get to the water. Well, this is a wallow. This is where the wild animals wallow down in there and get a drink. I don't know why they drink out of it, because you don't want to get it on you. It's that nasty. It's very nasty water. Of course, Brian and I collect, so we're down in there. And you can kind of get a hint of how nasty it is. Yeah, it was nasty and mucky and muddy. And over on the side, there's pickle holes. Well, in the dry season, birds use those for a nest. Brian was standing over there, and one of the birds flew out, and he almost contributed to the mess in the water. Getting the steak out of it. You're in the middle of the jungle, and stuff's jumping out of holes in the wall. That's crazy. However, as nasty as that water was, that's a little pipe. That was a little liggy. He got damaged somehow in there. And there's a female liggy, little extensions, and a pair of war carrots. If there was fish in there, I just prayed for the rainy season to clean that water up, because it was black, nasty. And as we're walking out, of course, more butterflies. They had a pretty cool stink bug, and whatever that thing was, it didn't bite, so it was on the fingers. There's a third guy again. This guy's got pretty much blue on it. Those are the clear water part of the screen. And then, if we're going up the jungle road, that's the Peruvian equivalent of our wild turkey. There was two of them. They ran across the road, and I was lucky to get that picture because they're fast. Very fast birds. Caterpillar Creek. This one really didn't have a name. They kind of put your own name on them. So as we're walking underneath the bridge, at some point in time, this will not be able to sustain the log trucks and the heavy traffic. Those are all thick logs, but the termites have pretty well devoured them down. At some point in time, structural integrity will be ruined and the road will collapse. But down that little creek, a little band of dwarf banjo catfish, more redfish gators, and the cats and the sticklers. And this is why we call the Caterpillar Creek, because we're coming out, this young couple came out, and we were talking to them, and they're down there fishing, or they're getting ready to go fishing, and he wanted to show us something, so he showed us this, stinging caterpillars, or whatever you don't touch that. We've already come out of there, so we said, oh, thank you, so we gave him some little cichlids stuff he could use for bait. And this is in the middle of nowhere. These people show up. This is the sad part of the trip. This is the deforestation that's going down so we can plant papayas. Yeah, on the boat trip, you got mountain water, but they run out. You do 350 miles down the Amazon and back. They run, but they make it water. So they take the river water and dump chlorine in it. Yeah. And let it sit, and then they put a flocculant in there to get the stuff to settle down and you drain off the 3/4 of the house. That took the gravel out of there. No, it's the gas is off. Anything else? Don't do it. It's a good time. I'm going to get. Okay.
Toy swords.
Oh, those are beautiful. Yeah. Very nice.
Those are cute little guys.
What is that?
Yellow lab sequins. Is this the whole box?
It's fish in there. What you mean?
You can't open it? It's a secret?
Oh, those sweet potatoes right there. Yeah, that's what I got growing my tail.
I can't do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is, but I wouldn't do it.
It cleans the tank really good. Really good, yeah. The ones I got from you, I had the same tank, big.
No, those are beautiful. The ones you just put down?
Which one?
These are. Excuse me, dog. Beautiful, man.
Those are nice.
Beautiful.
I want some of those, kind of lace points.
Yeah.
How many tanks do you have now?
All together, outside and inside, 19 and 2 pool ponds. 19.
And still adding on, right?
Yeah. Well, I got 20 now because I just added this one. But this one, I need more flex to it. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's
You
simple.
got a stand too.
It's simple, yeah.
All fresh water?
Fresh water. Nice. He's different.
It's gonna get views.
Yes. And on top of is my 120 gallon with my peacock bags and off peak. Depends on how you talk. 41. 41. No. 41. No 41. This should be the closest one to it now. No. Gotta be here. 65. There's 41 right there. 41. Ken, we have a winner. 41. Ken, what did I win?
$25 gift certificate. 14, 13, once, twice, sold number 29, $13. I have a LED light. BM1, you have BM1 LED light, I think it's 24 inch, good.